Hello everyone. Well, I've been around the house collecting all the greens from the winter solstice and Christmas time. I always keep the greens, I take the decorations down, but I leave the greens in until Imbolc Eve, which is today. Today's the 31st of January. So all of this is going to be burned, and I'd forgotten that I had some in the bedroom. So I'm just bringing all this ivy and a little jug of greenery as well. So you're very welcome to Danu's Irish Herb Garden. I'm back myself now, and thank you so much for being patient with all the reposts for the last month, because in case you don't know, I've taken the month off to get my book ready to send to the publishers. They were expecting it at the end of January. So it's more than 2/3 finished. I'd say it's 4/5, and it'll all be going off to them next week. And so thank you for your patience, and thank you so much for all the well wishes. People have been sending me emails saying good luck with the book and everything, and so I really appreciate that, because when you're slaving away over a computer, you get to a point where you just want to give up. So all those emails were really helpful. They've really encouraged me to just keep going. So thank you very much. And yes, so today we're back to filming for new videos. And as I said, it's Imbolc Eve. So I've been all around the house gathering the greenery from every room. And now, of course, we can see all the cobwebs and dirty marks everywhere. So the house needs a really good clean. And I'll be getting into that later this afternoon. Oh, look, there's one still here. You know, there's always something that gets left. I'll probably find a few other bits. But for today now, I'm going to go outside and gather some rushes to make the traditional brie jog that I make every year. So come with me and you can see how it's done. Oh, look at the cat in the tree. Get down. Get down, there might be birds in there. So, this field here used to be full of rushes, and since we've planted the trees, they seem to be dwindling away and there's not many left. So I may have to go further afield, but there's enough for now. So I'll pull these. It's traditional to pull them. But these are just snapping off, so they're meant to be pulled by the roots traditionally. I suppose it's an opportunity to get rid of rushes in your fields. So I've got enough there to make a little brie jog. So I'll show you what we do. Just cut those root ends off. So there's lots and lots of traditions associated with Bridget's Day, La Fela Breed, and it's a shame that a lot of them are kind of dying out, because once upon a time children made Bridget's crosses in school, and people used to make these little brie jogs. They're like a little doll of Bridget. They represent the goddess as she walks past of the evening before, because in Celtic tradition, the day begins at dusk the day before. So this evening, when it's dusk, it will be the beginning of Bridget's Day, or La Fela Bridget. It's just the way that everything good comes from the darkness. Everything is born within the dark and comes out into the light. And Bridget is bringing back the light. So that's why she gets celebrated tomorrow, well, starting this evening. I'm just going to separate the rushes because I need arms and a body, so I'll put those down. And you just bend these rushes over because we're going to make a little head. So there's lots of lovely, lovely traditions associated with Bridget's Day. You know, in the Catholic or Christian religion, it's Candlemas. So it corresponds to the day when Mary went to the temple to be cleansed after giving birth to baby Jesus. And then the candles were lit. And so it's Candlemas on the 2nd, I believe. And and because Bridget represents bringing that light back, bringing the sun back, we light lots of candles in the house as well. So it's just so many lovely things to be doing. It breaks up the year. That's the whole point of these festivals. They kind of delineate the year into different sections. So there's always something new to be doing, and different crafts to be making. So for Bridget's Day, lots of people make a Bridget's cross, which again is an ancient tradition. And I've made videos about those before, so I'll put up a link up here somewhere that you can maybe go and have a look at if you're interested. So making a bridge yoke is so simple. We just tie a little bit off to make the head. We tie a bit off now to make a waist. And then we want to give her some arms. So we're going to push some of these through here. Just make a little hole with your thumb and your finger and push these rushes through. There we go. So now she's got some arms and we're going to tie those off as well. Such a lovely day today. We're really blessed. Hopefully tomorrow will be ferocious rain and wind, because that means the Cailleach is the goddess of winter is staying in bed. She's not getting up to get extra firewood, and then Bridget will slip in, and the next thing we know, it's springtime. Cut these extra lengths off. And there's Bridget herself. And then we cut off the straggly bits here. And we can try to pull those out so that she can stand up a little bit. And when I go back to the house now, I'll make a little cloak that will just hang over her head, and she'll be done. It's very simple. It doesn't have to be elaborate. You don't have to make faces or any of that lark. You don't have to put hair on or anything like that. Just a simple little rush doll. And she sits in the house now for the next year to keep the light and all the good vibes of springtime. And we keep it till next year. And what some people used to do is they would lay this little doll down by the fire, so that when Bridget goes past on Imbolc Eve, when everybody's in bed, she might come into the house. So you make sure that your hearth is nice and clean and tidy. You make sure that you have the fire smeared, you know, just a few little embers working away. And this represents that you're giving her hospitality and a place to rest her head. So it's a lovely tradition, and it might be old-fashioned nowadays. And some people might think, what's the point anymore? But I think it's really important, because when we do these little crafts and we think about what we're doing and why we're doing it, we think about the time of year that we're in, and we become more involved with nature. We can see that the rushes are green, and the daffodils are out already. The crocuses will be out very shortly. There's actually snowdrops out still as well. So coming out to get your rushes brings you out into nature, which is always a good thing. And of course, after the sloth of winter and the hibernation, it's great to get outside on a lovely fresh day like this. And if you don't have rushes, you'll have something similar. Maybe very thin willow tips, maybe some straw, anything at all like that. And it just makes you feel that you're engaging with the cycle of the year. And that's what my book's about, actually. It's about all the different cycles. There's the wheel of the year, the ages of man, the moon cycles, and everything that we can be doing to engage with those transitions throughout the year. So I'm going to go in, give her a headdress, start cleaning the windows while we've got a dry day. And it all makes you feel refreshed and renewed, because when you clean the windows as well, the light comes in much better. Spook, Tilly, come on. Come on. So now the spring cleaning begins, and I'm going to start with the windows. But I just thought I'd let you know what I use in the house, because we don't buy any chemical products. We don't buy any cleaning products. We make our own, and it's so simple, so cheap, and so much better for your health. So white vinegar, bicarbonate of soda, some lemon juice. These are like 50p or something. And so rather than waste good fruit, I buy these cheap little lemon juice things, and they're perfect. So, you know, lemon juice is a brilliant antibacterial. It kills nearly all known germs, so you don't have to buy these expensive products. And then what I do with the lemon juice and the bicarbonate of soda and the white vinegar, I mix them together in a paste, and then I've got a cleaning agent for sinks and baths and things like that. And for the windows, I just use a wash leather. It's the old traditional way of doing it. And again, then all you're using is this and water. And to dry it off, we've got old tea towels here that I've just cut up. And I use an old t-shirts, and they just come in as dusters. They come in very handy as dusters. So I'll take 2 of these with me, one to wash and dry and one to dry. So I'm going to start with this window, and I have to go outside to do it because it saves me leaning over the sink. So the window here does get dirty because the cats are pawing at it saying, let us in, let us in. And then on the inside, there's splashes from the sink washing up. So what I'm doing, I've wet my wash leather and I'm just washing over the window. So that's inside, and that's just warm water with a tiny drop of washing up liquid. Then I do the outside. And you keep your wash leather moist in an airtight container, and then it just lasts for forever, really. Then you take your little duster. This is an old tea towel and you just dry the window and give it a little polish. You might have to do it a couple of times until it's, because it's deceiving. You think you've cleaned something off and it might be on the other side of the window. And then a final going over with newspaper. It just takes away the streaks and hopefully you'll end up with a clean window pane. And of course, elbow grease is another cleaning ingredient that doesn't cost anything. So there we are, and I'll move on to the other windows now. I like to use the soda washing grains as well. They're great for washing woodwork. You just dissolve them into your bucket of water and then you wipe over all your woodwork and all the dirty marks from little sticky hands. And our hands, when we're bringing in turf and cleaning out the chimney, we get soot on our fingers sometimes, and it can leave marks as you're getting out of the house with the ash can. The washing grain solution is great for cleaning off the dirt. And also, I'm using my old little rags here for washing woodwork as well. So I'll get stuck into this cleaning now. I've got a friend coming this evening, so I have to get her bed ready and just tidy up everywhere. So I'm going to get on with my spring cleaning work, and I wish you all the best with your spring cleaning, and have a wonderful Bridget's Day, and may the light always shine on you. I'll see you next week. I hope you enjoyed today's film. If you did, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And have a look at the website danusirishherbgarden.com for more information about us and about the herbal medicine courses I offer and the Wise Woman Way training. And if you go to the shop, you can find the books, the weed handbooks and other herbal goodies. And remember, we put a new film out every Sunday. So looking forward to seeing you next week.